Meet the family.
Hey everybody, this is Patrizia, and this is my family.
They had it all. Wealth, style, power. Who wouldn't care for that?
When Ridley Scott makes a movie, and he's a person we know from The Gladiator, Alien, The Martian, Thelma and Louise, and cast people like Al Pacino, Jeremy Irons, Adam Driver, Lady Gaga, Jared Leto, you would expect a spectacular film, especially when the director has said, Chalo, I think it can hold your attention for 2 hours and 40 minutes. Unfortunately, The House of Gucci is not really that. They tried, but unfortunately, it doesn't really hold your attention for 2 hours and 40 minutes, especially somebody like me who's always looking for pace. Jaggu, since you are far more patient than I am,
yes,
would you, and we watched it together in the cinema, our first movie,
yes,
by the way, after 2 years in a cinema.
Yeah,
but
man.
I kept looking at you and you were not looking sleepy.
I was not looking sleepy, more so because there was also some food floating around, so that usually keeps me awake. But so initially I wanted to agree with you. But then we saw this last night, we're recording it today. So we had the opportunity to sleep over it.
Okay. And you dreamt of Lady Gaga.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
On the sleeping over thereof, I realized that I should not diss the movie that much. There is some essence to it, though the standard issues are there. And if we want, we'll discuss the standard issues first. For example, yes, 2 hours, 40 minutes did not necessarily hold your attention all through. Also, it's Gucci, and you've read some of the stories about the family as well as the brand. And it's 100 years old this year, by the way. So it's a storied, fabled, like high luxury brand that we're all familiar with, also familiar with the stories of the family. The stories of the family have been coming out ever since the movie got released. And we know that the Gucci family, or what is left of the Gucci family, themselves are not happy with the way that Gucci family members have been portrayed.
Portrayed
and they
in the film.
Consulted us, and it's a form of protest. They sent out an official letter. The point is that we know some elements of the story. Those elements are not there in the movie, so you feel a little disappointed to begin with.
Like, I would have liked The House of Gucci to at least give me 5 minutes, 2 hours, 40 minutes if you're using, give 5 minutes of how the House of Gucci happened. And it's a really interesting story, right? What is his name? Guccio Gucci.
Guccio Gucci was the founder of the brand. He started off at a 5-star hotel in London as a bellhop.
Like the person who basically carries like your luggage, right? And puts it on the trolley and takes it.
And because he was doing that for really fancy people, he was getting to see new designs and new products.
Their luggage. Like that. No, he was impressed with their luggage.
Their luggage.
And he said, wow, what beautiful sort of bags, and then decided to go into. So Gucci originally started with only bags.
So it was a
luggage.
shop. He started a shop in Florence, and that's where Gucci started from. So yeah, that was yes. So maybe a little touch of that would have been nice.
But this movie is sort of set from the 70s onwards, because Maurizio Gucci, who's like the grandson of Guccio Gucci, it's his story, because he does get murdered in it. Okay, I'm not giving away anything. It is in the trailer, it is in the books, it is in the history. And he gets murdered by his wife. Okay, so the whole movie is about why and what happened, and the story of his wife, played by Lady Gaga. Because we're non-Italian speakers, a lot of people have been saying, all of their accents are, some are good, some are bad, some are fleeting, some are coming, some are going. I don't know, but I mean, whenever we see foreigners try and talk in Hindi, we know that, no matter how much they try, namaste, aap kidhar ja rahe ho, will irritate us. It'll irritate us. So if their accents were off, we couldn't make out. But so each actor has such such history behind them of fantastic performances and all, that you're expecting. I think maybe you expect too much with this movie. That is why also it disappoints.
That is true, because look at the star cast, like you mentioned. But now if you sleep over it, what I liked about Lady Gaga, who basically has one feature film to her name, and it was a complete hit, the one with Bradley Cooper, Star is Born. This is the second one. Now she's playing Patricia Reggiani, therefore now Gucci.
Patrizia Reggiani.
Once she marries Maurizio. So you can see where she starts from, right? You can. When I slept over it, I realized there was a build-up to the character.
Yes, there was. There was a build-up to her character for sure.
Yes, it went very
Unfortunately,
well.
there is no build-up to Maurizio Gucci's character, played by Adam Driver. And he's a really good actor, also very
Okay,
good,
so
very
now
easy on the eye.
that maybe they wanted to portray the ambivalence.
I don't know. Because,
So
so in a nutshell, basically, he is somebody who's very happy. Like, he goes against his father, leaves the Gucci brand for love, to marry Patricia. And then she somehow convinces him that, no, you need to go back into the family business because you're a Gucci. And, like, how can we let go of all this, like, fame and fortune and money and all of that? And he somehow readily agrees. And then later, when it gets, like, too dirty, because families against each other, Aldo Gucci is jailed and stuff like that, then he seems upset with her enough to fall out of love with her, but then he continues to be as ruthless. So that
is the ambivalence I'm talking about.
But this
The
career
fact
graph I
that-
couldn't understand.
So no,
This
then that's
trajectory
left
of
up
his
to us to
character.
interpret, and my interpretation is that he always wanted to do that. He was power hungry. He always wanted to do that. He couldn't, but somehow found a vehicle in his wife to do it for him. This is what happens when you sleep over a situation and then think about it again. So the ambivalence is right.
Okay. So performance is goodish, not like perfect, because they couldn't hold our attention despite being good. So the screenplay kind of lets you down. The dialogues let you down. You do see a lot of like really beautiful clothes and bags. But at 2 hours and 40 minutes, it is too long. We understand the need for it to be that long because he builds the story really, really slowly and tries to get you really to do a deep dive into the house of Gucci. But unfortunately, Ridley Scott fails in this one. On a scale of 1 to 5, Jaggu, what would you give it?
I want to give it a 3.
Oh, I was going to give it 2. I am giving it 2.
Okay. So let me tell you why I'm giving it a little extra, and it has nothing to do with the movie. It has to do with the fact that you should go see this to understand when a really fancy high-end brand wants you to buy their goods. You're buying quality, you're buying brand value, you're also buying legacy. And Gucci would have you believe that the legacy of the brand is something perfect. But the Gucci family legacy, as is very clear from the movie, as well as the book that it's taken from, as well as all the news that has come out, is incredibly murky. So now you want to apply your mind to, when I'm buying legacy, sure, I'm buying quality. Nobody's questioning that. Nobody's questioning brand value. When I'm paying money for legacy, what am I actually paying for? And this is a bugbear for me. And Gucci is not the only example. Balenciaga. Cristobal Balenciaga was the world's foremost designer of wedding gowns. Why are we now buying his sneakers? That was not his legacy. Why are we paying $1 lakh or 2 for Balenciaga sneakers? I mean, that's not the legacy. So now you want to apply your mind, because we have this current example, to legacy. Go see the movie, understand that legacies can be murky. Everything is not clear as black and white, and then decide, which is why a little bit half star extra, so that to encourage you to go and see the movie. To understand what legacy is.
Okay, if you're fashion conscious and all about the legacy, as Jaggu clearly is, then please go and watch the movie. If you're high street like me, or recycling mummy's old clothes and your own clothes like me, avoid. It's too boring, and there are far many other movies in town for you to spend your time on. But that's as far as we go. Our joint rating makes it 2.5 on 5. We'd like to know from you. What did you think of the House of Gucci? Do you sort of agree with our comments? Are you like, no, it was beautiful, it was wonderful, I wish it were 5 hours long? Let us know in the comments. We always reply. And while you're at it, please like the video. It really helps us, because your comments, your likes makes the algorithm of YouTube sort of think, everybody is sort of interested in this episode. The makers as well as the viewers will help us. So if you can, please do. Please subscribe, turn that bell icon on so that you don't miss a single episode, and share with like-minded people. Have a good day. We'll see you soon. We are Jaggu and Tarana. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye, butterfly.